This podcast is sponsored by Darling Eyewear. Activate your alter ego with Darling Eyewear and start seeing life through a different set of lenses. Shop darlingeyewear.com. Tell them Demetrius Lee and Angela Lee in the Lee Life Experience Podcast sent you. Thank you.
Welcome to a new episode of the Lee Life Experience Podcast. You have Angie and Demetrius here. We will be your hosts for this evening. So, Demetrius, how you doing today?
I'm doing just lovely, honey bunch.
Wonderful.
How about yourself?
Oh, I don't have any complaints. I feel good. I look good. And my birthday was not too long ago, so I'm still have my boots on the ground. That I did a dance, and everybody been talking about it. How about that?
Awesome, baby. And you know you look good now. You still fine the daddy.
In these, in period, and clocked it. Yeah. Like the young people say.
Oh my.
Yeah. Listen, if you are new here, I'm sorry.
We're gonna get out of hand. We think about when we finish the podcast, what's gonna go on. Oh,
nothing. Absolutely nothing. Listen, if you're new here, hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining and stopping by with us. Listen, if you are a regular, we want to tell you thank you so very much. Taking the opportunity to listen to us on your way to work, from work, even if you going to get these high behind groceries, you trying to look for some cheaper eggs. We want to say thank you for riding around with the Lee Life Experience Podcast. But again, if you want to become a guest on here and you want to get your topics heard, you're like, Angie, I sometimes rock with y'all, but I don't agree with everything that y'all saying. Listen, if you want to come share your perception on our platform, don't hesitate. You can do that by texting 833-370-1608. Put relationships in the comment without an S to get the message to Demetrius and I. All right, Demetrius, how you doing today? What we gonna do?
I'm doing love the honey bunch. Hey, you tell me when they do all that, hey, they can get in the inbox. Yeah. I mean, get in the comment section.
Yeah.
Hey, comment. Hey, yes. I debate with you a little bit, as long as you keep it professional.
Create the dialogue. We ready.
That's right. And tell them, hey, hit that like button, y'all. That's on right. That get that YouTube algorithm moving, man. We gotta get it moving. We gotta reach people.
Yes.
Hey, it don't call the thing to say push the like button. I don't like the button. You know, I don't want you don't like it, you don't like it. Mm-hmm. If you want to comment, drop it in that inbox, comment box, and put your whatever you got to say about it. Hell, we'll see. Yeah. I'll come back and holler at you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So listen, Demetrius, we are doing a reaction for something that's been trending. And we want to, go and take a look at it and, give our honest feedback from it. And of course, this is going to be kind of bittersweet. Anytime we get to talking about something that has something to do with infidelity, I always kind of clutch my invisible pearls because I don't want to go and relive back down that traumatic journey that I did back in the day. So again, Demetrius, I think a lot of us can, and one thing about it, I wasn't the first. I'm not the last. And so, Demetrius, we want to be able to talk a little bit about Steve Smith, and talk about what's your reaction to it?
Senior now. Gotta be senior now.
Okay. Well, it's not saying on mine. On my paperwork, it just said it's Steve Smith. And he said he got receipts. So Demetrius, okay, those of you, if you just tuning in and you've been living up on the rock, let Demetrius and I bring you up the part because this is going to be a reaction video to what's trending in today's current affairs. So along with these high behind eggs that everybody talking about. So listen, this man found out that his wife was having an affair with this former NFL player. That she was working on the band. She was a current.
So do with the Baltimore Ravens with the marching band. They say Whatever that is, I don't know about them.
So whatever her part is that she had, some affiliate with it, I guess, then they cross paths. And, they kindle, trying to rekindle a little something. I guess they never did stop it. But being able to, that now her husband has found out about it. So I want to ask you all, would you, if you have did this, would you go as far as texting somebody else's husband or wife about your mate? Is it really the other person's problem? Or do you start in the house first and then go out? Let me know. All right, Demetrius, you go ahead and start.
Now, I'll tell you how I feel about it. Now, say it was somebody I knew, like a friend, somebody that I talked to around and just cross paths a lot with. First, I'm going to check my wife. I'm going to check her.
Yeah.
But I'm going to check him too.
Oh, you going to say
something? Because he been in my pal. Because he been around me, dealing with me. He know me.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't mean somebody who know me like this, know me from somebody who dealt with me. That's a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my cousin talking about today. We talking today, yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I got to check. I'm gonna check my wife, but I'm gonna check him too.
Yeah.
But kind of that dude did sound like what I heard, like, he had him dealing with the man. He knew of him, but his wife probably did more problem path with Steve Smith. His wife did. That's what I'm thinking. I might be wrong now. Don't hold me nothing to what I'm saying, because I don't know all the facts. I'm just going, I got out the YouTube, but make a story short, I want to call that man. I want to call that man with that. I wouldn't dare call that man with that. I wouldn't call him asking about it. I got my wife. We had to handle that. But calling that man like that, now, I guess he gonna say, what you care? He messed my family up. He been to mess Steve's family. Steve gonna have a problem, man. Man, got wife, kids, man. That thing ain't gonna get ugly. I hope they go to church and got God and Lord and they might can get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people who went through that situation. I know some men who did that. I didn't agree with that. They wouldn't have told the man wife on him. I wouldn't do that. Unless the man, I don't care to me the man was dealing. It was cool. I wouldn't tell the wife on him.
You see what the guy,
I check him.
You see what the guy's name is, right? The man, the woman husband.
Like Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of all names.
Yeah. But I wouldn't check. I wouldn't go to the man wife and tell the man wife. I had some dudes like that did that. Go to the man wife, tell your husband bothering my wife. I go get his ass. I got a problem, but I ain't been doing like that. So, sometimes men I got a code. That's my code, but some men ain't no code. You cross that line. A lot of men say ain't no code. And you're in a woman situation. You're a female. How do you feel about it? And other shoes on the foot.
If
would you check your husband or you check the lady?
Yeah, I'm gonna check my husband. The only way that I would say something to the female, if you all have been doing something that's been very disrespectful, for me, and being in my face, like, and I'm just gonna go back that, when that person that you were talking to or entertaining, she was being where the places I was, she came to the wedding. I feel like if you knew you was going and mess with my husband, I don't care if it was just telephone conversation at the time. The point is, you knew what your motive was. You shouldn't have came. You shouldn't have danced in my face. Even when your friend, when y'all went down to Myrtle Beach, they made a deliberate trip to come down and knock on my mom's door, talking to me. My thing is, leave me out of it. But why would you come to carry a conversation with me? And that's kind of like playing, like you said, playing in somebody's face. If you're gonna do your dirt, don't include me. Don't don't speak to me, don't talk to me. You do your thing until God reveal itself. But don't come to me, don't play with me. And then if he ain't doing right by you, don't come trying to tell me, oh, Angie, I've been talking to him for X amount of time, and he left me to go be with somebody else. I do not want to hear it.
How much? Yeah. Came back in. I don't even know we went out. So what did you say?
You went out.
Yeah. It dropped. The screen dropped out. So whatever you were saying,
I stayed on.
Yeah, I heard you talking, but the screen went out. I was still talking, but you had froze up. But go back what you were saying. We get the edit part later. Don't worry about that. Go back. You saying start back.
Do you want to
What
stop
you
it?
saying about her? No, go ahead. Just tell them.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I would. That's
I
what I
hear
did
you.
say.
I didn't hear you. It didn't come through me.
That's well, okay. I will repeat it. Demetrius asked me a question on what would I do if it was a female, and and that I found out that she had contacted me that he's messing with, and I said if the female is not bothering me, then my problem is with him. But when you let a female know that she ruffled up your feathers and she will continue, and I'm telling you because I have been around a lot of side chicks. Some of them are very, very bold. And when those side chicks are bold and ain't nothing you can do about it, you gonna have to stop her because she don't want to hear nothing that I have to say. You're gonna eventually have to walk away from her and being able to restore your marriage or your relationship. Because women now, they want people to know. I just told you there's a video that I had. That lady stood up in the audience and she said boldly, yes, I get treated better than the wife. Why do side chicks get a bad negative name? And that lady went in on her. And the lady told her, you believe in God, but you don't fear God. Because if you fear God, Demetrius, when you messing with somebody other than the covenant, and I'm saying it, and I'm saying because I have had a wild streak in me, and even though those were never my intentions, that even when people are legally separated, they still is attached and they still is married. And I did not protect the covenant that I felt like because they wasn't up under one roof, that I still was abiding by the rule.
That's right.
But again, when people come to you and they are strange, when people come to you, no, you come to me if you fully divorced and you available. A married man, a divorced man, a married man, a separated man is not a person that's dateable. They're just not. I don't care what kind of, because if it's that bad, Demetrius get away from it. If this young lady felt like that man Tony was that bad, she should have went ahead and divorced. If you gonna go through all these hoops through the crowd and from the text messages, you going through all that in order to be with him and see him. And evidently you were fond of him because it's a lot of exchange here.
You read them text messages, you see them text messages, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People don't want to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
It was a
saying.
lot.
If she said she felt fireworks, if he making you feel that, you should have found a way to go ahead and leave Tony. But if Steve had a family, see, you can't just leave. See, that's what I think that's where side women get it confused that if and this is gonna sound horrible. When people cheat, they always say mess with somebody who has just as much to lose as you. So that way it won't seem like, if you married, then you mess with somebody else who married because both of you all got families to go back home to. You both got things to risk. But if you wasn't mess with somebody single, they don't have nothing to lose. So they don't care about trying to keep your secret. They want the world to know that they mess with you. Where I found a problem with it at, and like I said, I got a total different way of looking at things from when I was in my early 20s. Then here I am at 49 years young. That when you're looking at yourself, and like I said, my vows, Demetrius, is not with you when it's not with necessary with you. My vows are with God, and I fear Him. I don't want to get caught up in the rapture of being in the bed or being somewhere with that man and Demetrius' life end for me right there because I done played with God.
That's right.
When you talking about fearing, that's what I fear. My covenant is not more or less because of I can get angry at you, I can get mad at you, I can become emotional with you. And you can lose your commitment and your respect for the spouse. But when you have your covenant in a relationship with God, even when you want to do things wrong, God say He will make a route of escape for you. That even when you want to go and call or engage or talk to or if entertain this man who's sending you text messages or the man on your job that's being all nice and your man ain't being nice. Your man's not giving you a compliment. And you find yourself being woo 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 over. If you don't snatch yourself back up and put yourself in alignment, Demetrius, you'll end up falling off situations such as that. And you're wondering how, and I'm sure Tony asking himself, how did I lose it? How did this creep in? And Demetrius, it probably was there. And I'm sure she told him. Because before a woman cheat, she tried to make it right. She give every warning. She give every ounce of conversation. And then when she's steadily ignored, you remember Demetrius what I talk about them three sisters? attention, affection, and appreciation. If all those sisters are not getting met, and she had to go on the outside in order for somebody to make her feel like she's somebody, in order for somebody to appreciate her. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you what it is. Speaking for somebody who have done it. Those things will be a easy manipulating way. The reason why people and like Steve was able to prey on, and I ain't gonna say prey on cause sound like these text messages. She enjoyed what was going on. She's not innocent. I'm not gonna have her innocent.
Well, think about the man. I think your wife feel about all that. I mean, I know she got a hold to it yet, but I'm pretty sure she have, because we got a hold to it all over. You got a family. Your kid gonna be mad at you. I mean, I don't know how you go and face your family, and I can't say, hey, I can't throw no stone at Steve, 'cause I did the same thing when I was younger. But I'm older now. I ain't with that man. That dude, he older too. You get old, man. I mean, you should see life a different way.
Exactly.
See things different now.
Exactly.
It ain't worth that to me. And I'm pretty sure he probably saying, I'm saying now, probably telling me to shut up. You right, but he's right. That man right. It ain't worth it to me either. It ain't worth it. Going through all that headache with his wife and stuff, man. I could be kid mad at you. Everybody mad at you. Grandkid mad at you. Everybody. You bad papa. Everybody mad at you, man. Now this dude Tony, now he in a bad situation. His family, that's a bad thing to be in, man. We have him all the time, but I guess because Steve been a celebrity type figure in the NFL, that's what brought all this on. Because it been anything that wouldn't have been talk about it.
That's what I was going to say. If the person wasn't, and I don't want to say a nobody, but when their name is not, don't hold any weight.
It had been me, it wouldn't been a big deal with it. It would have been that same with it. My name wouldn't got called. I would just say it like that.
Yeah.
But true. I ain't saying nobody, but I ain't got the clout he got like on TV. He got a different platform I got. So, it might be a problem between me and you and him, but he got the word involved now in his business. Yeah. I know he didn't want that, man. I feel sad for him. Go ahead, man.
Not when you trying to be up. Let me go back. When you decide, and I'm saying that when you young, and I'm not making and justifying anything that I have done, you all, by no means. How I handle things was terrible, totally wrong. What my advice to any young girl that's in their 20s, 30s, 40s, any young ladies that's out there and they face with a dilemma like that, be trying to make your exit. And when I'm saying making your exit, make sure you put yourself in a good enough position that you can walk away. Because when you playing with people and you playing with their feelings, everybody don't take it easy. Everybody don't laugh it off. Everybody's not strong and have willpower. Some people will have you 6 feet under, and I'm telling you what I know from a personal experience. I'm telling you that if you don't believe it, walk down, just scroll down YouTube and go to Girls Unlost, to their website of these people missing. People do not take it kindly of you thinking that you're going to come and ruin my house whole. You're going to ruin my life. You're going to cheat on me and then you're going to go. Or you're going to come and give me good loving and you think you're going to cut me off. No, they're not taking no for an answer. So you be very careful. And I remember my mom, like I said, I know I done shared this before. My mom told me, we was in the kitchen one day. And I remember when I was out there in the world and the guy had came and knocked on the door and I wouldn't go out. And my mama came and she was coming home at that time. And she was like, what you doing? Why this person not knocking at my door? And so I was like, no, trying to like distract my mom. And my mom came on in the door and she said this. She said, oh, you gonna talk. She said, cause the same thing that made you laugh is gonna make you cry. And she walked off. I could hear those words echoing over the years when I looked at my situation. When my husband was gone, when that little fling was gone, and I'm sitting there as a single parent now, taking my son from his home that he had his own bed in his new home that was newly built and had to go back and stay with my mom. I'm telling you, when you talk about you seeing things from a different perspective, I'm telling you, you will. And everything that you thought was funny, all the times when you thought you was getting over, all the while you thinking you happy, while I'm hurting Demetrius, while the whole world in the city talking about me, and I cared less. Cared less. And at the end of the day, one day you're gonna grow up. You're not gonna be in your 20s forever. And when you show your face, you don't want people to know that lifestyle. You're gonna want to hold your name to be respectable. You want that when people calling your name, they're not calling your name in no mess. So I'm just saying that if you are one of these people out here, if you breaking home or you are the home worker, I just want you to be just very cautious of your actions. Very cautious. And I'm telling you, the hate in me at that time, I didn't give a rip. I wanted women to hurt. I wanted them to hurt because they hurted me when they messed with my husband. I wanted them to hurt, but that's a bad way to try to get back at somebody. Using your body is a bad way. That's very low. So ladies, if you think by messing with somebody's husband, you getting over on them and you know it's gonna be all fun and dandy, I'm telling you, one day you're gonna want to be a wife. You're gonna be in a relationship, and all that karma that you sent out and everything that you was laughing and you thinking, oh, it's her, that's her problem. It's gonna come back to surface, and you're gonna have to ask yourself, okay, I took it. Can the other person take it? And I'm saying that even for the man's standpoint, like Demetrius said, people laughed at him, they picked at him, they taunted him. But then a couple more years when it was their turn, some of them handled it. They handled it totally different than Demetrius did.
Came back on you.
Yeah.
It always coming back to you.
Yeah.
It started with me, but it didn't finish with me.
That's right.
It started with me, but it didn't finish with me. It finished with about 4 or 5 people I know.
It didn't start with you. It started with the other ones. With the purple Mustang.
I came along, yeah.
Yeah, so purple. That's what I'm saying. But you laughed at them. Then when it was your turn, that's what I always say. Everybody gonna have a fall from grace moment. It's you today.
I don't like that. You think how you gonna look that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. That's Demetrius. When you and I are talking to the people who out there who like we was when we first got together, when we didn't care, when we was disrespectful, we didn't honor marriages, we didn't honor the vows, we didn't care. We thought we was operating off Angie and Demetrius. I'm Tick Daddy. I'm Angie. We go to work. The food you paying my bills, the railroad paying your bills. You don't care. You're not telling God and telling God thank you for nothing. But when the fall from grace came and we got by ourselves, when all the smoke settled, when all them people who we thought was for us, when we had big elaborate wedding with all those people, knowing that I was out there living a life that was totally not in alignment with what I was doing, but I was just showing up. I was a false representation, but I felt like I was too far in to let it go. I'm telling you all, you get hurt like that. You get hurt, and you're gonna pay for it. You either gonna pay for it now or you will pay for it later. And when you paying for it later, you looking at the brokenness in your child. As Demetrius, he feeling it when we having to talk to our son, and me and Demetrius have to have side conversation like, Angie, we thought we knew. We thought he knew. He didn't know. Who taught him? If we were so busy out there in the streets, who was gonna teach him? Those are the things that
exactly right.
Yeah, those are the things that Demetrius and I wish we could go back. Demetrius, I promise you, it would have been a different outcome.
Oh yeah. But
Different
think about
outcome.
that man got to go home. The hard thing about that thing, he got to look at his wife, pain in her face. Look at his kid. I'm serious. You got to look at him, know that you did that to her. You caused it. Yeah, you got people sitting there, you got to hold that. I'll call probably 2 or 3 minutes, a minute of, what you want to call it. Or lost your family for that.
Yeah.
But cause I'm grown now. When I was younger, I thought the same way.
We had a good time. Yeah, we had a good time.
That man older, he about close to my age. He in my age, might be my age. Let alone but close to my age. Like he would have thought different. And I know he's sitting back. I ain't trying to beat you down, man. Cause I've been there, man. Yeah. But I'm praying for you, and I hope like hell, man. You're a church going man, your family, man. Cause you gonna need that, man. I'm praying for the other side too. The dude Tony his wife. I mean, they say you're getting divorced, and I can understand that. But you never know. You say that stuff, Tony might look at the closet and say maybe he might have did something. I don't know the situation. I ain't there. But I know one thing. It ain't a pretty situation, honey, but it ain't pretty.
Yeah. But Demetrius, that's why I'm saying that when you are going through this, I feel like who better to speak from it than people who have done it. And once we come back our break, we're gonna give some advice on how God still can use them.
All right.
Ready for break? This is the Lee Life Experience Podcast. Hi, welcome back. This is the Lee Life Experience Podcast. And if you are just tuning in, we are doing a reaction to Steve Smith Sr. This is a reaction to the current video that he had an infidelity act with Tony's wife. And now Tony has put it on the forefront. He has it all on social media and he wants the world to know what Tony was doing with his wife.
And the phone call. What about the phone call? We had the phone call.
So I want to know, would you go and would you be bold to go ahead and air that out? And is it Tony airing it out because he's a former NFL player? Or if he was just a regular smuggler person, would he still kept that same energy? And if it was you, how would you handle it? How would you handle it if that was you that got cheated on, or if you were the person that's doing the cheating? What is still continue making you continue those kind of habits when you know everything that goes on in the dark will eventually come to the light? And how can you really be happy? How can you really be happy when you have somebody else, husband or wife, and at the time you feeling you feeling that happy geek feeling, but at the end of the day, that man or that woman has to go home. And it's not enough sex, not enough I love you to be able to protect you from the wrath of God. So Demetrius, I was asking you a question and you were giving me your emotional standpoint on how did the infidelity, how did you feel, afterwards when everything was everything was out. You done did your thing, I done did my thing, and now it done came clean that we was living in an infidelity lifestyle.
Now, when I did it, y'all remember I was in my 20s. When I did it, but still, I'm coming how old I was. I was wrong, but I did that. Look at Angie, look at her face, got hurt. It hurt me so bad to look at her like that. And sometimes I got caught and stuff with her. Hell, I had to hurt in her face, but I didn't do nothing. But still, she thought I did. It's the idea her thought I did. The hurt in her face, looking at her face, and that's a bad feeling when you telling the truth, but she don't believe. But had I put myself in the ridiculous, it don't look like I'm telling the truth. So that was a bad situation. I know a lot of y'all listening to this podcast right now. Y'all might make y'all think a little bit. A lot of y'all listening to the podcast going on to you right now. It happened to you. Yeah. So don't laugh at the man. Now both sides. It happened to you right now. I'm telling you. So I know y'all probably say, what do you mean by that? Start looking at your partner because it probably happened to you right now. What you think about it? So don't. When I say all that, don't be laughing or think this stuff. It can't happen to me, y'all. It can happen. It happen right now. I'm telling you. I can bet my life on it. You probably. I mean, on this podcast, listen to it right now. It probably got over 100 people, maybe 1,000 go through it right now. I say all that to say, you got to pray about stuff like that. Pray that it don't happen to you. Pray to God you do the right thing. Pray to God you send the good vibes to your wife, but she don't think you're doing that. And pray to God put you around people that don't make you look like you doing stuff that. Cause less out there, you got women. I listen to Ocho. Ocho say something earlier today. I listen to him. He's saying it's already out there. Like you put yourself in the wrong predicament. You gonna do it. You get yourself in the wrong situation. So I would tell my wife, you just worry. Old man told me this one time. Don't put yourself the wrong way. So I try not to put myself around stuff like that. Cause I don't want to even tell nobody. Nah, man, I'm married. I can't do that. I ain't been put myself around that kind of mess. And it's easy to do now. And I've been talking, running my mouth, just talking. And then I almost talk myself, not trying to talk myself now, but somebody, you might be, whoa, no, I ain't like that now. I was just running my mouth, talking junk. So you got to be careful when you put yourself around people. You can't be doing that. That's why I take my wife where I go, and I hate my man did what he did, but now he got to, I don't remember his family now. Man, ain't nothing. I've been there, brother. So you hear this podcast, say, people don't know me. Yeah, I don't know you, brother. I've been there. I know how you feel. But I know how you feel, but I know how imagine how your wife feel, your kid feel, your grandkid feel. So how about I say all that to say, I want to lie with stuff I did in the past wrong. And I'm going to apologize with the people right now on this podcast who doing what they're doing. Hey, I'm telling you, get your stuff together. Listen to the podcast. You listen to somebody who's going to been there and done that. Both of them. Get your stuff together. If you, my mama told me, I'm telling you again, if you are doing it, stop it right now. Just shut it out. You might got a chance. Yeah. Make it through. You might got a chance to get by. Yeah. Stop it right now. And probably never, whoever you doing it, probably never find out. Hey, I don't want to leave down, but you go ahead. But I don't want to say that to him. No, I want to make him think a little bit.
And you know what?
Podcast for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I going to say when Demetrius saying that, I remember his mom talking to me, but I was so head on of what my feelings and my emotion is. I had mentally checked out, and it was nothing that Demetrius could say. I was just operating as his wife. I was operating as the mother to his child, but I had everything that I had done lost the respect, the connections, all that was gone. And I remember his mom coming to the house, and she was sitting on the stairway, and she was trying to talk to me, but maybe I was sitting on the stairway and she was talking, and Demetrius was there, and I seen the hurt in Demetrius' eyes. I seen the disappointment of people talking about him, and I was oblivious to it. It just it went all over my head, because I felt like, out of the things that I have done, the abuse that I had faced behind it, that was like a get back. And I didn't care. So if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like you gave your marriage or that relationship all you can have, and you ready to just go out. And if you have children, I really, really, really want you to think about, don't stay in toxicity because of our child. Now, I'm not saying that, but I am going to ask you that don't be selfish and make your child or kid suffer because you are a person that with impulse feelings and emotions, that you operating off somebody feeling good. Because I'm gonna let you know, it's not gonna be every day you feel good. Cheating on your spouse is not gonna be feeling good. Yeah, you might enjoy it and get all the laugh and he's off then, but after a while, the dust gonna settle. It's not gonna be high all the time. After a while, that person gonna get on your nerve. After a while, that person is gonna disappoint you. After that person might find somebody else that do things a little bit better than what you thought you was doing. After a while, you young or you trying to be young. After a while, the real you is gonna show up. The real them is gonna show up. And I want you to ask yourself, is it worth the humiliation? When, like Demetrius said, you can just pull back. You can, don't nobody know. You can just say, hey, you know what? We had a good time. It was what it was. But I really love my husband. I'm going to go on back home. I really love my wife. My wife might not be having sex that much. My wife might be going through, hysterectomies or whatever kind of health issues. Menopause. I'm doing I'm out here being selfish because I'm just a horny corn dog right now.
Horny corn dog.
just ask God.
I heard that.
Just ask God for forgiveness and bring your butt on back home. Because God still can restore a broken marriage. God still can restore broken vows. God still can restore, but both of y'all minds have to be made up, and you have to be doing it and, being able to say, if this is what it took for me and Demetrius to get where we can't stand each other, and for me to allow somebody to violate him and let another man touch his wife, and being able to do those things, and vice versa, to let another woman, him go and seduce another lady, for you to get those things, and doing all those sweet nothings in Texas and being able to be that distracted, put that in your marriage, and I promise you, put all that emphasis, Demetrius, in your marriage. All them sweet nothings, send them texts to your wife or your husband. All those texts with attachment, send them to your husband or your wife. Everything that you doing for this new energy, a boosting, adrenaline rush relationship, immature relationship, do that for your spouse, and I promise you, you will see things come back around.
It ain't worth it. Now, but that lady, I know she looking at that boy Tony.
Yeah.
Hurting him.
Yeah.
Now she gonna mess up.
They're not leaving their wife. They're not leaving their home, Demetrius. That wife is gonna forgive him, and she gonna go on, and then you know what she gonna say? But Tony, Steve, you told me you love me, but you was all in my ear and all in my gut as Demetrius telling me you love me. And like you said, women are up and leave homes, but the men ain't leaving.
No, he ain't going nowhere. She might leave. The boy might leave him. I hope she don't. I don't want you to know about it. I hope they can get through it. But he ain't going nowhere. But that dude, he gone.
That's the reason why I'm telling you. He ain't necessarily gone. Demetrius,
he's saying that, but he's saying.
Wait a minute, I'm just only saying when people be mad and they going through emotions, if he love her, Demetrius, love upstand all. I don't care who it is. Did me and you say ugly words about each other?
Yeah.
We said ugly things about each other. Nobody who we was dealing with at the time. Everybody that me and Demetrius dealt with at the time, they were like, how y'all got back together? He couldn't stand you. My male friends asked me, what you doing back with him? You couldn't stand him. Y'all must have been messing around. Around
All
the
you
time.
got, all I got to tell them boys,
Tell Demetrius
WOOD. WOOD.
the wood
That's
did
all you
not do
need.
it. I'm
Hey,
gonna I'm gonna
I'm
tell
gonna
you
leave.
what it was. I'm gonna tell you what it was. It wasn't no wood. I'm gonna tell you that no matter what people talk about and no matter what people say, it's a thing called LOVE and it don't go nowhere. Love will bring you back. Love will make you overlook some things. Love will give you a forgiving heart. Love will let you be able to take your husband back after infidelity. Love will be able to take your wife back after infidelity. Love will be able to make you, when y'all have abused each other. Love will make you look over those things. Love, and I'm sure people on here who can relate. People, women who in the shelter, even with bruises on you, you still love that man or that woman. It does not change. It doesn't change. That man told her that if he love that woman, he will make it right. He can, if he want to forgive her, he'll go back and make it right.
Yeah, you right.
So I'm just only saying, I know what it sounds like, and when we get to bringing other people into your relationship, Demetri, you talk about that. And you can tell when people going through on their relationship, they put it all on Facebook, and then they be ashamed that, go ahead, touch on it before we go.
No, I said they put it on there, but they think nobody they try to put it on the undercover. Putting out damn posters up there like somebody you ain't gonna say you don't do problem. I can read the post. And I love and when love
I'm
leave
living on
you,
myself. Yeah, I'm living on myself, working on myself.
And I mean all kind of old shit.
Yeah,
Oh
so
shoot,
I'm like I
I'm sorry
said,
about that.
like I said, the only thing is that even when you going through and you loving yourself, you still at the end of the day come back around and being able to love yourself more. And that if you decide to take this man back after they have married somebody else, say they didn't even marry you. They went on and married somebody else. And it hurt you, devastated. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, if that man come back, it's a thing called LOVE that allow you to forgive all the hurt, all the sleepless nights, all them crying tears. Honey, I'm telling you, you can rebound and you can recover. You might not trust them, and I ain't saying you're gonna forget about it, but it'll give you a little bit of forgiveness to let them back in your heart. I'm telling you what I know. And long as you have that, try to put that with a little bit of God, a little bit of relationship and emphasis in God. Being able to ask, and now I'm gonna add this prayer, Demetrius, and then I'm gonna let you close us. When you begin to talk to God, who is the head of Demetrius in our life, and whoever the head of your life is, being able to ask God to keep you, because being in a relationship is a daily walk every day. It's not, the day might be a good day. In a couple of hours might not be a good hours if you say something to make me mad or upset me. That's how it is when you interact with people. Your kids gonna upset you. You love them. You don't stop loving them because they disappoint you. You don't stop loving them. Don't you see the kids go to jail all the time? And who's gonna be there? That mom, even with all her might, even on a cane, she's still going to get her baby. I'm just saying it for a relationship. If you both want it to work, it can work. If you both have communication and let each other know that, hey, Demetrius, I love you. I want this marriage. I'm not leaving. We in it till the wheels fall off. These are the things that I'm requiring. And then you all being able to know what y'all love languages are. Demetrius know my love languages. He didn't even know it was such a thing. It took for us to go to counseling in order for the lady to introduce those things to us. Because we want the marriage to work and get better. And if you working toward it, it can work. So I'm saying this to Tony. I'm saying it to Steve and his family. Unfortunately, I know we do things, out of emotion, wherever y'all was, at that time when the relationship started. And I can imagine it got too good. Y'all didn't know how to stop it because you found yourself connected to her and still connected and you liked it at good time. But you got to be able to pull back and like how y'all gonna move forward, going on with your life. And that door is closed. Don't go and pick nobody else up, Steve. You close the door on infidelity, period, and love your wife. And the young lady, you close the door. You don't close the door on Steve. He married. If you don't want Tony, then you go ahead and you make yourself, available. And you make yourself
But you ain't
available.
want them, just go and get out of it.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about make herself love you. Cause then you got to have some standard. But being able to put yourself first, because Demetrius, if you lonely and you hurt and you wounded, you will go and attract another married man. It don't stop. You have to nip that in the bud. You got to go cut that off at the root. You just want to belong to somebody, anybody. That's how women mess with married men. We just want somebody to love us. We don't care if it was attached to somebody, attached to a ring, attached to a wife, attached to a girlfriend. When you just want somebody to love you, to show you a little attention. We'd rather have a piece of man than no man at all. That's just how it is. But I'm saying to move forward, to being able to get a grip on it and being asked God to come in your heart and saying, hey, I want to surrender this lifestyle. I don't want to continue doing this. God, you're going to have to help me because I'm not strong enough to do it on my own. When I went and practiced that time of celibacy, I had to go and ask God. God, abstinence. I said, God, you're going to have to do it because Angie weak. I wanted to be physical and touch a man. God, you have to cut all my cravings off. And God did just that. And he kept and protected me until I got remarried. That's because I asked God specifically for those things. You ask him specifically for those things, Demetrius, and all of a sudden, voila, it happens. But it's because I asked, because I wanted to be healed in those areas. So we're gonna be praying for the marriage and everybody involved, because like I said, it's just the latest topic right now. But a lot of people are not gonna be able to deal with it because Tony could still get crazy, Steve could get crazy, his wife could be crazy, this other lady could be crazy because she don't want to miss out. So Demetrius, give them something.
Hey, all I want to say, close this out. Everybody, pray for both of these families.
Yeah.
And pray for the families who online listen to this podcast. Cause like I say, I ain't been bad mouth, but I got common sense. Everybody pray for everybody.
Yeah.
Cause it's easy to make mistakes. I love y'all. Hey, like I always say at the end, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get that YouTube algorithm moving. Thank you. I get my tongue get tired. Everybody know I talk fast. So, anybody listen to this podcast, you can learn. I talk fast. Some people can understand me sometimes, and I can't. But you get used to me. Just stick with me. Stick with me. And thank y'all again for joining us.
All right. This is the Lee Life Experience Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and create dialogue in the comment. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this episode so far. You are here with the Lee Life Experiences. And remember, if you want to get your topics discussed or get our opinion or our perspective, join us text us at 833-370-1608 and put relationships in the comment.